Hey everybody, Ghost Cat here. Welcome back to Prototech or Bust, the series where I start from scratch and work to acquire Prototech of my very own. In today's episode, something gets knocked off the table, someone threatens a mutiny, and there are fireworks. So, without further ado, we are off like a herd of turtles. And remember, for more Space Engineers feline antics, do the things. Yep, you know the ones. So the plan today, ladies and gentlemen, is simple. We're gonna loot this facility for all it's worth, get all the goodies we found in there. I'm in the midst of relocating anyway, I don't want to try to deal with another facility. And then we're gonna continue on our journey that will take us back to O'Malley's Alley. So, first thing we're gonna have to do is go and grab our mobile platform, bring it over here, and begin the looting process. Having arrived home, we find ourselves with a very unhappy kitty. I left, and I didn't leave her any food, so I'm gonna feed her real quick, because the cat always needs to be fed. And we'll get on with getting this platform over to that manufacturing facility, and beginning the looting process. Alright, now she's been fed, and she won't eat my face while I sleep. So, something I've been thinking about is, not necessarily right now, but I might throw some atmospheric thrusters on this thing. It'll give us the ability to hopefully get more distance done moving through the air and not have to spend quite so much time on the ground. And that way we can speed up our return trip back to O'Malley's Alley. And onward we go. It might not be wise to go barreling across the landscape at full speed. The last thing I want to do is get some air with this thing. Or is it? Yeah. Now that's what I'm talking about. This is why I love rovers. However, doing it with a 214,000 kilogram rover is a different story. Go rock, rock. And here we are. Let the looting begin. Grind down this gateway, get inside here to the front door. And here we are. Ooh, we got all kinds of goodies we're gonna have to start unloading. This could take a while. So, ladies and gentlemen, all in all, it wasn't a bad haul. We got components of all shapes and sizes, pretty much everything you could think of. We also got some ores, a little bit of ice thrown in there, as well as some refined ingots, so this was a pretty good haul. I'm gonna miss this place, but I think we're gonna have some fireworks before we go. How does that sound? Since we're not really gonna need to come back here, I thought we might have a send-off with a bit of a bang. I'm gonna go grab the stuff and we'll get this set up and get this party started. First, we're gonna back away from the manufacturing facility. I do not want to get caught in these fireworks. Try to slow her down a bit. That should be hopefully far enough. If not, it might be a bit longer before we get back to O'Malley's Alley. What do you think, Luna? Are you ready for this? Alright, I'm gonna go get it set up, and I'll come back and we'll light her off. The warhead is welded up. I'm just gonna get everything all set up, set us a nice long detonation time. We'll say, how about 30 seconds? We'll arm the warhead, and let's start the countdown. Alright, here we go. Are you ready for this? Here come the fireworks. And there she goes. Let's go see what's left. Not much but a ragged husk. Alright. Let's get headed back over to the crashed ship. We'll do a little bit of salvage there. And then I'm going to slap some atmospheric thrusters on this guy and we'll get on the road. But first, what did you think about that, Luna? That's an interesting observation. I'll have to think about that next time. And we are off. Headed back for the crashed ship. We've got a full hydrogen supply. How about we fly? I think that might be fun. She does love to nose down on takeoff, don't she? Well, apparently, I lack sufficient vertical thrust to truly get off the ground for any meaningful amount of time. We are pretty heavy, though. 273,000 kilograms. I guess I'm gonna have to just drive. Try not to land on the rock. I think with more thrust, we'd be more successful. We'll work on that in a minute. But first, this short little drive. Although she certainly does glide well. Maybe it will just be thruster-assisted driving as we make our way across the landscape. Who's to say? However, that short little jaunt ate up almost 20%, well, ate up a little more than 20% of our single tank of hydrogen, so I think I might be a bit more conservative in its future use and rely more on atmospheric thrusters. Although, we do have to get up this hill. Well, that didn't work so much. I guess we'll just drive. Power on all four suspensions is at 100%, and we are making our way up the hill. This thing is beastly heavy, so no matter how you slice it, it's difficult to get her anywhere that involves going up. Oh no. We might be unable to make it up this. No, looks like we're gonna make it. Might have been a little craggy. There, up and over the ridge of the hill. And I think I'm gonna fire up the thrusters as we crest this next one. Maybe we can just float right down over to this crashed ship. I can see her. Sparking away in the distance. And thrusters off. And here we are, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna run in here. I'm gonna do some looting. And then, at that point, it'll honestly probably be time to go to sleep, so I will catch up with you folks again in the morning, and we will get on our way. Start heading out on the road to make it back to O'Malley's Alley. So one thing I had overlooked when I was looking at this ship the first time was, there's a jump drive here. And it's got a fair amount of its components in here. Some of the superconductors, but everything up through the power cells, so I think I'm going to scavenge these components, and this will be about the last of what I'm getting here. And then that way we'll have them and we won't have to build them when it comes to build our own jump drive to go hunt down the Factorum and get our Prototech. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I thought it would be fun to light off the fireworks for the scrap ship in the nighttime, so we could really appreciate the colors. I've scavenged everything I really want to grab off of here. There isn't really much else worth taking. Anyway, anything worth taking that I can fit in my cargo. I have filled up my ship, and it was extremely difficult to get it off the ice. So, we are going to set off some fireworks and enjoy the show. There, hopefully this is a sufficient distance. Now we just have to wait for the fireworks. I thought it prudent to move back just a bit. I'm about 100 meters out. And she should kick off any second here. And there she goes. Another salvage pile for someone to come and scrap. I'm gonna head back to the ship. Oh wow. This one left quite the fantastic crater. I'm gonna head back to the ship, hit the hay, call her a night, and in the morning we'll start heading for O'Malley's Alley. Hopefully we can get ourselves home. But first, what did Luna think of the fireworks? Fantastic. Well, I will see you in the morning for breakfast time. So, ladies and gentlemen, since we last saw each other, I've spent a good part of the night doing some reconfiguring, getting the mobile platform all loaded up with all the gear we had acquired from both this wrecked ship and the manufacturing facility that was back somewhere in this direction. I also kitted up a couple of large grid, large atmospheric thrusters. So that way we're not going to crash as we run out of hydrogen halfway through our flight. I also got a landing gear rigged. As long as that's locked down, we're generating power with our wind turbines. That's helping recharge our batteries back up. And it's about time, now that that last thruster has welded up, it's about time for us to get on the happy trail. So I'm going to shut off that welder back there and go disconnect that landing gear, and we will get a move on. And we should be about ready to depart. What do you think about this, Luna? Are you ready to go see our new home? Well, alright then. Let's hop in this thing and let's fire up these thrusters. Let's see if these two atmos will be... Whoa. It appears the two atmos are indeed enough to get us up off the ground. So now we're just using the hydrogen thrusters for directional control. Which is good, because otherwise we are just going to float away. Alright, I'm going to turn on the GPS marker for O'Malley's Alley. There we go. And let's start making our way there. The plan is to not stop for any distractions along the way. However, I can't guarantee anything. If I see something new and shiny that I haven't seen before, there's a good chance that we will find ourselves exploring a new planetary encounter. It all depends on RNGesus, though, to give us the goodies, not stuff we already have. Alright, I like this perspective. Just sort of drifting along. We can run around and see the landscape passing while nobody's flying. Just so long as I don't fall off. That would be rather unpleasant. About to pass between these two large volcanic structures, it looks like. That looks like some kind of cinder cone. That looks similar, but without the big crater on top. As long as we stay level and keep moving forwards, we're alright. I better check in. Oh, we're getting a bit of a tilt. A little bit of a course correction. And onward we go. We just passed the 15-kilometer threshold. I have yet to see any new planetary installations, so we might actually make it home this time. Once we get there, we can have a quick little sit down and discuss our plans for the future, figure out where we go from here. And there she is, coming into sight, our new home. What used to be the Clang Mining or Clang Minerals, whatever they're called, used to be their ore processing facility. And for now, it's going to be our new temporary base before we depart this planet. Quick little reverse flare to slow us down. Better get us down, we're almost out of hydrogen. That's our directional control. Without that, all we can do is float and drift 100 meters and kill the thrusters. We are down. Let's drive over to our little base here. Pulling up next to this base in the alley cat, it's certainly a lot smaller than I remember. But I suppose maybe this thing is just a little bigger than I thought it was. Alright, let's head inside and figure out where we're going from here. This is a nice little facility. Maybe I'll take it with me when I go. But anyway. Oh, would you look at that? I must not have searched these when I came through here. Ladies and gentlemen, we have our first sighting of Prototech. We have Prototech circuitry and Prototech capacitor. Can't do much with it, well, can't do anything with it except put it in storage, but... Alright, well, show's over, folks. It's been fun. See you later. Nope, just kidding. We also have Anniversary. Right-click to read. Cannot believe it was today. I have nothing to give her. Maybe this. It's shiny enough. Well, apparently the Prototech as an anniversary gift didn't go so well. Or maybe something happened and he couldn't give it to her. I don't know. I hope everything turned out well. Some magnesium. I really must not have checked these when I came through here the first time. Let's see what else I may not have checked. It must just be that one little bit of Prototech. Well, that just underscores the point that I'm going to make as we sit down and have our little conversation. So, let me see if I can find a desk or somewhere to sit. I don't see anything. I'm not going to talk to you from the toilet. Well, we'll just sit here and have our little chat. So here's the deal, ladies and gentlemen. So far, we have found some fantastic things on this planet. However, we have yet to find any Prototech, so our next place is space. We're going to take some time, we're going to build up a craft that can get us to space, and up we go, and then we'll build ourselves a nice little station up there. Well, I say a nice little station, but it'll probably be some sort of rickety hut that we throw together, because we need to build ourselves a ship. Not just any ship, a ship capable of fighting the Factorum. So, I'm going to go take a look outside and see if I can figure out where I might want to start building a ship, or how I want to go about this. And then we're going to space. Ladies and gentlemen, I've had a fantastic plan. Instead of building a new ship to take us all the way to space, so we can build a new ship to go hunt the Factorum, I realized we already had a vehicle that, with a few slight modifications, could take us to space. It's our friendly mobile mining platform, the Alley Cat. I already have hydrogen thrust in 5 directions. If I add thrust in a 6th direction, that gives us full control once we leave gravity, and the atmospheric thrusters will hopefully give us a fair boost so that we can minimize the burn of hydrogen. I'll probably want to throw another tank on here and go mine some ice, just so we've got plenty of fuel, because once we get up there, it's going to be a race to find ice so that we can generate more fuel. I will put some ion thrusters on here, however. I think I want to try to get to space first with the hydrogen before throwing a bunch of extra weight and ion thrusters on here. So, that's the plan, and first things first, however, we're going to need to fully charge these batteries, because I don't know when we're going to be able to generate more power. Or wait, I've got stuff to build a reactor. I've got reactor components that I got from that one base that we ransacked, and I have uranium in here, so we'll be able to throw a reactor on here, throw some extra thrust on here, and we'll enclose this little front area, make it our little passenger compartment, have a little exit to get out here. We'll swap out these atmo thrusters for some ion thrusters so that this girl can keep serving well. She's been with us since the beginning. This used to be our landing pod. Oh. Maybe I should get some railings, but if we're going to space, we don't need railings. Alright, well, I'm gonna start working on doing some of these conversions, getting this girl ready for space flight. Maybe go and grab some ice real quick. There's got to be some around here somewhere. I think I see a snowy patch there in the distance. And I will see you ladies and gentlemen again when it's time to head for space. Do you see that, ladies and gentlemen? It is the Intergalactic Makers manufacturing facility. We might have to pay them a visit at some point. Maybe soon, maybe later, but probably before we leave the planet, since they're so tantalizingly close. This appears to be an ill-conceived design choice. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. The sun is a bit above the horizon as we make our way back from the ice fields to O'Malley's Alley. We've done some reconfiguration of our, well, what was once our mobile mining platform. Now it has an enclosed cabin, a reconfigured thruster section, and we are on our way back to pick up all the goodies that we found at O'Malley's Alley and head to space. Although there is this manufacturing facility over here I'm a bit curious about. They might have some goodies that could help us on our journey. Maybe even some Prototech components. So, we may end up paying them a visit. We shall see. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think I'm going to do it. I'm going to go and check out that manufacturing facility, take a look at one more planetary installation before we head to space. I'm going to hop in our flyer and fly on over there and see what I can see. And if it's... I imagine it'll be much the same as the other one that became fireworks, so... But that means it probably has some goodies for us. Alright, Luna, can you hold down the fort? You'd better be here when I get back. I spent a lot of time putting this place together. I'd better see you when I get home. Well, it appears our battery has been discharged, so this is going to take a second to recharge. And then we will get headed that way. Although it looks like a storm is starting to roll in or something. The air is getting mighty hazy. Could provide us with good cover for the attack. I mean, investigation. Yes, investigation. Excellent. That looks like it should be sufficient charge for our batteries. In the interim, while I was waiting for those to charge, I removed the wind turbines from the top of this guy since we're not going to need them where we're going, and I added some solar panels to the roof because aside from solar and uranium, hydrogen will be our only energy source if I build an engine, and I don't want to burn up all our hydrogen, and our uranium's running low. Solar is probably what's going to keep us alive when we're in space, at least for a little bit, till we can find some uranium. But one way or the other, let's go check out that manufacturing facility. The facility has appeared on our scopes. Let's get a little closer and see what we're dealing with. Well, they've got a visual on us. They're bringing their defenses online. Slow down, they're still neutral, so they're not an immediate threat. Although, if experience has taught me anything in my many hours in this game, it's hide your ship. If you're planning on any hijinks, make sure they can't shoot your ship before you can fly away. This thing's all loosey-goosey. She's gonna get a reconfiguration, I think, once we get to space. But since this is her last scout mission as an atmospheric craft, I think she'll do. Did I even bring a weapon? I don't think I did. I got nothing. Well, let's go check it out first. I may not need a weapon. Let's see what we're working with. It's another one of these. The little turret and the big turret. One thing we've never done with this little craft with the Oscar is fire around, so how about we have some fun? We may lose the Oscar. If we do, it'll be sad, but we can always build again. Get right up close, since they don't suspect a thing. And you all know how this goes. It was like that when I found it. Whoa, I forgot about that interior turret for a second. Big turret's out of the way. And it looks like we have lost a thruster. What thruster have we lost? Oh, it's just one of our lift thrusters. We should be good to come around and take out this interior turret. Bam, there she goes. It was like that when we found it, folks. I just don't know what happened. Someone must have come and shot this place up before we got here. And one of my famous landings. Kill our thrusters. 2 are damaged now. But they served their purpose. Oh, I didn't realize I was in my jetpack. Let's see what kind of goodies they've got for us. I feel like I'm irritating everyone, making them angry. I might not be able to do any business with people if I keep doing this. Oh, I just got by that interior turret. I forgot about those. There, I'm armed. Got a fresh hydrogen tank. I just blew all my atmosphere out through the airlock. And let's go and finish taking over that base. This is our last victory before we go to space. Not that we won't have victories in space, but you know what I mean. She's on fire. We got her. Alright, let's go through and see what kind of loot and goodies we got. So let's see what goodies this facility has in store for us today. Oh, access denied. I gotta grind him down. Did I ever get my body back? I don't think I did. It must have despawned while I was shooting that turret. So I'll break out these basic tools. Oh wow, there's some more uranium. That's fantastic. Various refined goods. Those are all kinds of tasty goodies we're going to have to get back to our ship. Some more ingots. Some components, more superconductors. We're not going to have to really build much of anything at all when it comes time to build that jump drive. We're going to have pretty much everything we need. Don't forget to check the random barrels. Some ores. Ooh, enhanced welders. It's always good to have extra tools laying around. Whole bunch of good components. Bunch of other components. They're all good, really, but some of the fanciest components. Nothing up here. And if I recall, up here is the assembler. Yes. Let's see if there's anything in here. That would be nice. Nope, nothing in the assembler. Really, the more the merrier. Looks like we've got everything. I don't see any other... No, there's a small cargo container I missed somewhere. Oh, that's probably the one that drives the turret. Provides its ammunition. Well, I don't think the little flyer is going to be capable of carrying all this. So we're going to have to bring the alley cat over here, get her loaded up, and then we will finally get to space. However, that will be for next time, folks. Unfortunately, our time together has come to an end. And I hope you all have a great week. It's been a pleasure. If you want to continue seeing Space Engineers content, do the things, and I will see you next time.